After 34 long days of waiting, Arsenal have finally won a game of football, smashing 5 past Crystal Palace. Let's just say this game was interesting. So from the important stat regarding Gabriel to the Emil Smith Rowe dilemma, Mikel Arteta's new hidden gem, and a potential game-changing return. As per, let's break it all down and discuss the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace 0. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Baz14, welcome back to this channel, and I know you guys are sensational. Arsenal have smashed 5 past Crystal Palace and we have a massive dub to dissect. So as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new. But starting off with O Monstro. Arsenal for me have one of the most underrated defenders in world football. Left-footed, powerful and a monster. It's time we give some flowers to Gabriel, who was named the official player of the match in this game. And an 8.3 performance speaks for itself, with 1 goal scored, 5 clearances, 1 block shot, 3 ground duels, 5 aerial duels, 44 accurate passes and 5 accurate long balls. There's a reason why Arsenal fans are calling him O Monstro, one of the most commanding centre backs in the league when it comes to defending his own box. This guy's developing a very important habit. As Mikel Arteta said after the game, on wanting more goals from centre backs, he says absolutely, and Gabriel has got the ability and timing. There are others like Willow that have the capacity to score more goals. We don't have 30 or 40 goals on someone, we have to share them. Gabriel is delivering on that aspect. This now being his 12th Premier League goal since his debut for Arsenal in September 2020, the most goals scored by a defender in the Premier League in that period of time. You think about title winning teams of the past, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, the likes of John Terry, Nemanja Vidic, Virgil van Dijk, centre-backs that made a habit of scoring important goals. That's where you've got Gabriel for Arsenal. An important goal at Anfield this season. His goal in this game was just as important, with a feeling of anxiety around the Emirates Stadium. There was Gabriel rising highest, towering the ball into the back of the net. Of course you can't forget about our centre-back William Saliba, who has now kept 8 clean sheets in the league this season, more than any other defender. I want to focus on someone else. Over recent weeks there has been some concerns over a certain Ben White. Reports confirming that he had been playing with a knock, but 1 week in Dubai and Ben White seems like he's recharged, dropping a 7.5 rating in this game with 3 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions and 2 tackles, 2 ground duels won, 43 accurate passes and 1 key pass. Last year Ben White was Mr. Consistent for Arsenal, constant 7 out of 10 ratings. Mikel needs to find a way to protect him now, whether signing a new right back or rotating. But talking of fitness, what is happening with Declan Rice? Coming off in the 73rd minute of this game. As James Ollie said, as Rice came off it looked like he said hammy to his teammate. But Arsenal fans don't need to be concerned. As Arteta said after the game, it was only a bit of tightness and they didn't want to take a new risk. But looking at Declan Rice's overall numbers, a 7.3 rating, 53 accurate passes, 1 key pass, 1 big chance created and an assist. A spectacular corner that was fully pre-planned, with Arsenal fans finding photos earlier in the week, showing Rice practicing corners. But there was something different about his overall performance. Rice was trying to be a little bit more adventurous. Balls in behind to Bukayo Saka. At times it was a bit loose. Arsenal have brought Declan Rice to change the way they play. A naturally more conservative player than Thomas Partey. Rice has definitely given Arsenal more control, but with all the shouts of him not being progressive enough, I felt like in this game sometimes he was forcing it. But the concern for me isn't massive at all. Rice definitely has the ability to do so. It all comes down to practicing consistently. But I think we should focus on a very underrated performance. An 8.2 rating drop by Alexander Zinchenko, with 2 clearances and 5 tackles, the most on the pitch, 5 ground duels, 4 aerial duels. Look at the levels of influence: 104 touches, 79 accurate passes, 1 key pass and 3 accurate long balls. Having missed the last few games via injury, I think Arsenal fans started to realise Zinchenko may not be perfect defensively, but in games against the blocks that Arsenal face most of the time, Zinchenko's natural progressive ability is vital for this Arsenal team to function. Moving on to the second thing, game-changing confidence. After 3 consecutive defeats and Arsenal fans worrying, it was about time Mikel Arteta's men got back to business. An emphatic 5-0 victory and an XG of 3.84, limiting Palace to 0.35. That does not tell the entire story. As the XG time map shows, most of Arsenal's XG came in the second half, with even the field tilt showing despite Arsenal having nearly 70%, the first half wasn't as good. The atmosphere didn't sound amazing and I can totally understand why. Arsenal fans this year have a different expectation. They need the team to provide them energy. That's why I think Arsenal could use a maverick profile. You look at the opposition and the performance of Eberechi Eze. 7.7 rating, 6 successful dribbles, 4 key passes and 10 ground duels won. Arsenal need players to ignite the fans' energy. That's where we should focus on Gabriel Jesus, dropping an 8.5 rating, with 1 assist, 4 successful dribbles, 4 key passes and 2 big chances created. Despite scoring 2 goals in the first half, the second half is where we came to life, with Jesus starting to knit things together, summed up by a very important goal involvement, with Jesus becoming the first Arsenal player apart from Bukayo Saka to provide an assist for Leandro Trossard. That goal was an ignition. Prior to Jesus to Trossard, in just 10 seconds, Arsenal went from goalkeeper to putting the ball into the back of the net. This for me was the most important goal of the game, becoming Arsenal's first open play goal since December the 17th at the Emirates Stadium. An example of not overthinking and playing off instinct. The team definitely has quality, but sometimes they need intensity. But football's a very funny game. Moments after scoring the third goal, Arsenal started to play much better football. And on came Gabriel Martinelli, smashing 2 goals in the 94th and 95th minute. As he tweeted out after the game, R1 plus circle. 2 goals that were identical and Thierry Henry-esque, finessing it into the back of the net. As Gabriel Magalhaes says, "I'm so happy to score 2 goals to help my team, of course. But I'm also so happy for Martinelli to score. He came off the bench and scored 2 goals. This is the mentality for the team. I think 1 more minute on the pitch and he would have scored another." In just a matter of 21 minutes, Martinelli equaled his entire season's Premier League goal tally, dropping an 8.9 rating, 2 goals from an XG of 0.74. The XG for me is the most important. For an Arsenal team that need more clinical finishes, look at the way Martinelli took his chances. Ice cold precision. This is Arsenal's best finisher and it falls down to Mikel Arteta. By making Martinelli more of a focal point, getting him on the end of our chances, Arsenal could solve their goal scoring crisis. Moving on to the third thing, Arteta's secret gem. Mikel Arteta has built a team that has many strengths, but there's one area where we are kings. That, my friends, is set pieces. With the opening 2 goals in this game coming from corners. As Gabriel said after the game, we work a lot on set pieces because we know the quality we have, and today, I scored 2 goals on set pieces. We keep going. Arsenal have now scored more goals from corners than any other team in the league this season with 9. While they've also scored 10 headed goals, the most of any side. On top of that, we've also scored the most set pieces. The man behind this isn't Mikel Arteta. It's a coach that he stole from Man City back in 2021, Nicolas Jova. Someone that was comfortable at Man City, but Arteta was able to persuade. He's transforming Arsenal into the kings of set pieces, and the numbers don't lie. Over the course of the year, Arsenal have now generated 8.7 XG from corners, the most in the league by a mile and higher than Liverpool, who've only generated 7.14, miles ahead of Man City with 4.77. Defensively, Arsenal also reign supreme, conceding only a 2.5 XG against from corners, the lowest in the league. There's a reason behind all of this. With all of the height and power of this Arsenal team, Arteta has realised the power of corners. Not only are they able to change the state of a game, but think about how many important moments they generate. The prime example being the Declan Rice one against Man United, a last minute corner to win Arsenal the game. But Arsenal fans have also had a different concern. Our chance creation from open play. Having created 6 big chances in this game, over the last 10 games Arsenal have now created a 23.6 non-penalty XG, which is the highest in the league. You think about the games against West Ham and Liverpool, even though Arsenal lost them, chance creation was not the issue. That's why I wasn't blaming Arteta after our recent defeats, because he's been able to create a system to get his team into dangerous areas. Now we've got our confidence back, it's time the Arsenal attack has cashed in. Moving on to the fourth thing, Smith Rowe's time. The future of Emil Smith Rowe is getting interesting, with Fabrizio Romano confirming before the game that Arsenal had rejected West Ham's initial approach for Emil Smith Rowe to join on loan. Arsenal have no intention to let ESR leave on loan, and he is still considered a key part for Arteta's squad. The player is also happy to stay. In the game itself, Arteta threw one in the 21st minute, with Smith Rowe having 18 touches and completing 15 accurate passes. As Mikel Arteta says, "I'm really happy with Emil and we are all very happy. He is in the right trajectory. He's settled well and he's training very well." When you look at Arsenal's lack of balance on the left hand side, Havertz may be a useful player, but to maximise Martinelli I believe he needs more combination. That's why I'm looking at Emil Smith Rowe. Of course I want to see Arteta give him more chances, but it's also important for Smith Rowe to stay fit. You go back to early in the year, Odegaard was injured, Vieira suspended. That could have been Smith Rowe's chance to break into the first team, but he was once again injured. It's very important for Arteta to now give Smith Rowe a pathway. If Emil's training fantastically in training, reward him by giving him more minutes. And Arteta recognises that. Mikel says that Emil is Emil. He's got incredible qualities and we're really happy to have him. What he needs now is chances, to put all the quality he has on the pitch, and in order to do that, we have to give him minutes. The Arsenal bench was definitely impactful. 2 goals from Martinelli and assists for Eddie Nketiah, but you also can't forget about Jorginho. In 17 minutes, dropping a 7.8 rating, providing a fantastic assist for Martinelli, alongside 26 accurate passes and 3 accurate long balls. Despite playing only 17 minutes, Jorginho played a whopping 9 progressive passes, the highest out of any Arsenal player through the entire game. Arsenal have a player they signed for just £12 million who I believe is very underrated, and that may be because he signed from Chelsea. But you look at his pass for Gabriel Martinelli, Jorginho's got all the ability to offer this Arsenal midfield something different. As we enter the Champions League, I won't be surprised if Mikel turns to him more. Not only is he a former winner, but he's also a former UEFA Men's Player of the Year. Moving on to the fifth thing, earning your luck. After getting their first victory of 2024, that's now 50 home wins for Mikel Arteta, the third most in that period of time, only behind Liverpool and Man City. With Arsenal climbing the table all the way up to third, level with City and only 2 points behind Liverpool, who've now got a massive game against Bournemouth. With City not playing for another 10 days, a game against Burnley at home, Arsenal are now entering a very important moment. Look at our next 6 fixtures. Forest away, Liverpool at home, West Ham away, Burnley away, Porto away and Newcastle at home. Arsenal are a team that have a theme under Mikel Arteta. Whenever they lose 3 games in a row, it's always followed by a very long winning run. That has to now be our expectation, with City and Liverpool showing in the past winning runs up to 15 games. As Gabriel Martinelli says, it doesn't matter what people say outside, we know our quality, we believe in ourselves, and that is what we showed today. Despite not being in amazing form and having lost 3 games in a row, the Arsenal performances weren't actually that poor. Unlucky against West Ham, wasteful against Liverpool. The issue for Arsenal hasn't been quality, it's been finishing. But a massive part of that comes down to confidence. Winning 5-0 will go a massive way in helping that. Arsenal are looking for a spark and they might look to the transfer market, where one of their main targets, Ivan Toney, came back after 267 days and scored for Brentford, helping them win 3-2. But focusing on themselves, Arsenal's next game is massive, Forest away on the 30th of January. There may be an important return in that game. As John Cross says, Arsenal's Thomas Partey could return to first team duties for Arsenal's trip to Nottingham Forest. That is the video there and there though, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all of his social medias, then the links are down below in the description. But that was the 5 things we learned from Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace 0. That was much needed. Arsenal fans, it's time to relax a little bit and then we go again against Forest and of course focusing on the transfer window. I will see you soon, take care and then thanks.